seeing real results, often in as little as 1 month. No shedding, no trauma, just a warm sensation and a noticeable difference. For more information, visit fountainsofhealthprimarycare.com or call 603-943-8923. That's 603-943-8923.
Hi, I'm Patty Regan with the New England Mobile Fit Clinic. We bridge gaps in cancer care, improve access, and enhance the quality of life for cancer patients in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Mass. Our mobile unit offers properly fitted bras for post-mastectomy and lumpectomy patients, breast prosthesis, lymphedema products, and high-quality wigs for patients experiencing hair loss due to chemotherapy. It's a compassionate and practical solution that addresses the unique challenges faced by those in remote areas. For more information, visit us online at nemfc.org or call us at 603-595-9447. That's 603-595-9447. And don't forget, we come to you.
Hello, it's me, Cody, and as we fall into the autumn leaves, I want to invite you to learn more about the Nashua Community Music School. We have been serving Greater Nashua through music for over 40 years, through private music lessons, group classes, music therapy, free concerts, and more. We are always interested in getting to know our community, and we are always interested in our community getting to know us, and even offering a helping hand. If you would like to learn more about the Nashua Community Music School and all that we offer, please go to nashuacms.org or give us a call at 603-881-7030 and schedule a tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
The only thing we have to fear is one small step for man.
And the Boston Red Sox.
This is WSMN's Life in a Day for October 2nd. Happening on this day in 1902, Beatrice Potter's The Tale of Peter Rabbit is published. And in 1967, Thurgood Marshall is sworn in as the first black Supreme Court Justice. Born on this day in 1869, Mahatma Gandhi. And in 1890, Groucho Marx. Dying on this day in 1803, founding Father Samuel Adams at 81. And in 1985, Rock Hudson. He was 59.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say.
Then, finally, on this day, 1971, Rod Stewart's Maggie May hits number 1 for the first of 5 weeks. And that's WSMN's Life in a Day for October 2nd. I'm Phil King.
But you turned into a lover and mother, what a lover you wore me out.
The views and opinions of the following show do not reflect those of WSMN, its owners, and/or associates.
Lisa and Robin are two fun friends diving deep into conversations where nothing is taboo. They believe in eating dessert before dinner and wearing the bikini. They're allergic to labels, authority, and cheap shoes. Currently, they're launching themselves through life being the good time, bold enough to take risks and inquisitively asking, what's next? They hail from New Hampshire, but they could be anywhere dressed in cute clothes. If they had to share a tombstone, it would read, Curiosity killed these cats. Your hosts, Lisa and Robin on the mic.
Welcome back to a second hour of Lisa and Robin on the mic. You are listening on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live, as well as YouTube and Spotify and every place you find your favorite podcasts. Welcome to the second hour. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying we were back to the mustache. I mean, there are some mustaches that I think that are sexy. Do you?
I
do you
don't find
no?
I don't like any mustaches.
None.
I don't.
They
like
remind when they have it's like a caterpillar across your. I was trying to go back to look at Sam Elliott's when he was younger.
Yes, that's a handlebar mustache.
That's like a sheepdog.
Yes, that is a handlebar mustache.
It reminds me of
I want to take it, and every time he says something, I just want to twirl one side of it maniacally.
Yes. I think I would rub mine if I had
I would constantly be rubbing my mustache.
If I didn't wax
mine. If I'm not careful, I got to worry about these guys.
I know,
these little catfishes.
If I didn't shave mine, if I didn't wax it, I'd be curling that thing.
Curl and iron it.
I'd probably be doing my chin too, like.
Yeah. Don't bury me with chin hair.
Make me promise. So no mustaches are off the table for you. So see,
I'm
Chris,
not a facial hair person in general. It took me a long time to warm up to goatees. Like, I warmed up to goatees after people were starting to get rid of them. And the beard, I finally warmed up to, like, not hating the beard. And then now we're into the mustache.
Beard when it's gone past the point where, you know, you got like 3 days stubble and it looks like you're homeless or you've been sick. I don't like that look where you can just kind of see it's all.
On Yellowstone, there is the one son, Casey, I think his name is. He forever looks like, how have you not shaven yet?
Yes. Yes.
Because that is not a beard. But it also is not shaven.
But so I like when they take it down and they keep it nice and tight. Trim. And then they, you know, the lines are sharp underneath the chin. Yeah. But, you know, Chris shaved his off a while back. And he's had it for a while. Like, he didn't have it. He didn't have it. Then when we first met, he started growing it out, and I was like, oh, my God, I love it.
Actually, he looks good with a goatee.
Because he had such a baby face.
Yes.
Then, I don't know, a couple of years ago, Kayla, he shaved it off, and she walked into the room, and she's like, put it back. And he's like, whoa, guess I won't be doing that again. And she's like, no, don't, ever.
Yeah, because when you get used to somebody looking a certain way.
Yes, it's like, and sometimes you don't even notice it right away because it's like, okay, something is really different. Because my dad did that. He had a full beard, but it was like, oh my God, I'm looking at a stranger like, who are you? It was literally like, wow.
Yeah, it's jarring.
Wait, you don't
look the same. Yeah. And I do think...
You don't feel safe. I
don't know who this is, but do not come near me. So when I see that mustache, that Tom Selleck mustache, I'm expecting to see different clothing. You know, to
like
me,
what
it is
kind of clothing?
I don't know, like lapels and bell bottoms and like switching over
tassels hanging off your shirt.
Yes,
or like the you know, the rodeo swoops, the arrows with the pockets and
I don't know. I just
snaps.
feel like I don't know how it's going to go with this aesthetic. And of course, no one listens to me. No one listened to me about the short pants men were wearing, showing their ankles. No one cared what I had to say. So I understand that my opinion matters to no one but me. But there you go.
Well, so I think like a pair of boat shoes. But see, again, it has to be the right setting where you can see the guy's ankles where he's got his man prees on. If you're, I don't know.
You're talking yacht. I think you're just seeing the yacht, but you're not seeing the man on the
boating
yacht.
Life. I'm seeing boating life.
Okay.
You know.
Yes.
We're gonna have, you know, you have a private chef. He's running down the dock, and he's got his crispy khakis on, and you know the ankles are showing. He's got his boat shoes on. Like
ankles, sure.
Jacked muscles and a tight fitted T-shirt. Yeah, I could see that.
You've made that up.
That's my only exception to the man prees.
So it's funny. I was like, oh, I saw yacht music come up.
I couldn't see Chris or John in man prees.
No.
I'm like, no, that's high waters.
I don't know what's happening here, but change it. I don't know what took over. Are you not ready? They're very unhappy.
Yes.
If you see that, you just go, they're very unhappy. What's going on? Something's going on. It's like, they're very It's like when someone just cuts bangs and you go, what's going on? What's happening?
But girls have so much. And maybe they are trying to expand because maybe they want to get into fashion. And like, there's only so much you can do with your hair, you know, because guys have short hair. There's only so many haircuts you can have for short hair.
Right. So then they get to express themselves through facial hair.
We were playing with somebody.
Grow the eyebrows really long. Start braiding the tops of the eyebrows.
We were playing golf with somebody the other day, and I leaned over and I said to Chris, I said, hey, I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to be able to unsee it now. And he's like, don't do this to me. And I'm like, he has a John Daly haircut. And he's like, you're an asshole. I don't think he's like, you're going to go to hell. I'm like, well, if I have to think it now, you're going to have to think it too.
I'm not thinking this by myself.
And he's like, that's so wrong. I'm like, I didn't say it was bad or good. I'm like, he just had a John Daly, if you know, he has his, it's kind of long in the back, but it still sits along the neck, and it's straight. It's stick straight. But then he has, like, you know, from side to side, it's got a kind of spiky, a spiky hair on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry.
So do you guys have telepathy where you just have to look at each other and then look at another thing and you both know what each other's saying?
Yes, not as much as I think we should, because
Yes, like
there's a
you
lot
and
of time
I-
I'm doing the eye, and he's like, "What?
Right.
What?"
And you're like, you're ruining everything.
Yes.
And I wondered if that was just a female thing, you know, like, because I can look at you, look at a thing, and then look back at you, and you
Yes.
know what I'm saying.
Yes.
And John and I have it pretty good. But he won't be the what? Like, you know,
Yeah.
especially if like a fly is down
Yeah, he's
or
definitely under the
something.
radar.
We both can just be like, like look. Okay, no words are need to
Well,
be
see,
said.
when I do it, I feel like he judges me a lot. So, because I'm like, hey, he's like, don't do it, Robin, don't do it, and I'm like, just look.
This is fun. This is
Just
funny though.
look. It is, and he's like, that's so wrong. But come on, if you're gonna, you know, I think you wanted us to say something like that, because you wouldn't have showed up in public like that.
Have you ever seen
normally.
the Ancient Aliens show?
No.
Okay, there's a guy on
Aliens.
Yes.
Is that the name of the show?
Yes.
Oh.
And I love it. But there is a guy who I don't know how he gets his hair that way. And it's on purpose.
Oh.
So when I see people on shows and I think, what is the poor makeup art? Everyone
look at
has
Chef
makeup
Ramsay.
and hair.
His hair gets higher. Oh, and who's the other chef?
But so it's funny that
Yes.
the Ancient Aliens guy hair, it's you did that on purpose. And then I wonder if the hair and makeup people are just like, he's like, this is my hair. This is what we have to do. And if the makeup and hair people are like, why?
I'm going to Google it. Oh, yes.
Do you know who that guy is? Yes.
That's a lot of Aquanet.
That's a lot of Aquanet for that.
It's probably.
But the
it's
thing is,
gel.
I could make fun of it, except that is who he is. If I saw him with other hair, he wouldn't be the same.
Yes.
He wouldn't be the same.
Yes. I was trying to find out. So Gordon Ramsay, he's got some big hair. But who is the other one? Oh, Richard Blaze.
Don't know who that is. So I picked. I was at the nail shop. I was at the nail shop, and I was like, "Oh, look at all these magazines. I'm going to look through magazines instead of scrolling." I looked through People magazine. I did not know one person in the magazine. I'm like, "Wow, has it been that long since I've been to a movie, or are these really nobodies?" Okay.
So he's a chef, but he's some of them like he gets some big hair on the show because he started out like down here.
Yes.
But then, I mean,
and you know what they said? You have it, grow it long.
Yes.
We'll trim it later.
I think so. Well, I think that, hair is a deficit. It's a precious thing for in the men community.
Even in the women community.
But so I think that's why people are trying to expand on the mustaches.
Yes.
and
Okay. So I won't
beard thing.
I
and,
take back every horrible thing I said about the Tom Selleck
because we can
mustache.
change our makeup and have a whole different look. And so it's like, what else do they have to be able to enhance?
Right. That's true.
And I do know that a lot of guys, maybe I shouldn't call it out, but a lot of guys will start growing a beard when their chin line starts disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
So we had this guy in Texas that we met. He's a big guy, but he had his beard strategically, and he even told us, he's like, because I have no chin line, and he's like, I need a difference between my neck and my face.
I get you. I get you.
I couldn't see John with a beard though, or a mustache. Has he ever grown it out?
He's had a goatee, and then he's had a little bit of stubble, but no, he's a clean face guy. I like his. You know why?
Yeah,
when your face is you've got, what are you hiding?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a jawline, you have a dimple, you have normal lips. What are you hiding? Don't hide anything. Let us see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like a disservice.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He did have a goatee for a while, which I liked him with a goatee because I finally had warmed up to the goatee. When the goatee was out of style, I allowed him to have one.
Chris spends a lot of time on his goatee.
Does he?
Oh yeah. Always just getting it nice and tight, and I do like I do like his goatee.
You appreciate it. Yeah, and maybe that's why I don't dislike his goatee, because he trims it and
he keeps
manscapes
it. And every once in a while, I'm like, you can get it. I'm like, dude, that thing is thick. I think I could put a ponytail in that. He's like, stop it.
Like the Fu Manchu.
And then he'll
one.
go down, and then he goes and trims it all down. And so,
but that's not true. So I love my brother-in-law's beard. He looks great in a beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, so I'm not always against it. I'm just wondering what the new man facial hair trends are happening.
How did that big bushy trend come in?
I don't know what happened.
Because I know I don't know if it's for baseball or will they do no shave November or no shave. Wait, is that baseball? Because I think, we're heading into the wild card right now.
I know.
Man, we lost last night.
Did we lose the night before? It was the score.
I can't remember.
Because I was in Takumi and I was watching it, and I was
think
all right,
we won.
We won that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's tied
It's
right
1-1?
now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's only, tonight's the last game. They do play at 8 o'clock. But boy, the Yankees were on fire last night.
Yeah, so no one talk to anyone, no one call anyone, don't sabotage the thing. Right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, as the parts of us that want more, right? You want to make some better changes to your life, or you want new things for yourself, you want new goals for yourself. You're striving, you're reaching. You're reaching outside of the person you are today to be a different person tomorrow by starting, one of my clients is hiking the 4,000 footers.
Oh,
like that's striving. That's putting a goal in place and doing the things to make that happen. It's striving. Now, if you're striving and you have a lot of people around you who sabotage you and you don't make your goal, do you ever consider, because we are always responsible for ourselves. We're never responsible for other people. But other people impact us.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
And I was thinking when I was trying to do this new, I was like, I need to lose weight. We had the conversation at the doctor's office and they had said, well, just take Ozempic. You'll lose 40 pounds by the end of the summer. You'll be fine. And I had said, there's side effects. I've researched it. And I don't want to gain weight after. I just want to change my lifestyle enough that I don't have to worry about weight. Yeah. So I said to myself, this is very important. This is the last step for your heart health, is to get the extra weight off. You don't have to be 130, but you also can't be 180, right? You can't be, it's not good for you. And so I was like, I'm really going to do this. And then, you talk to what do I need to do different? What am I doing now that is not working? So intermittent fasting for me was not working. Yeah. Going long periods of time, not working. Protein only, not working. And the reason why those things weren't working is because I was in metabolic disease. My metabolism was not functioning properly. So everyone remembers I got that glucose monitor, and then I got this little Zoe app that was easily tracked fats, proteins, calories, sodium. I did all of that stuff for me. And I went to eating 5 times a day and no more than 3 hours between food, and no protein alone, no carb alone, and no fruit alone. I always had to bundle those with fats.
So that can sound like overwhelming with people. So give us an example. Give everybody an example of what your 5 meals were.
Okay, so I would normally have eggs only for breakfast. So then I was having eggs with vegetables. So the addition of the vegetables added fiber and carbohydrate.
What kind of vegetables?
So I would often do spinach, feta, tomatoes. I would do like a spanakopita type, like a Greek omelet. I would add Greek vegetables to it, that flavoring.
That sounds good.
Sometimes I would do peppers and onions because I like peppers, onions, and eggs. But so it was instead of and sometimes it was Greek yogurt, but it was Greek yogurt, fruit, and a little bit of nuts. So it was instead of just plain Greek yogurt where you're tamping down to ingredients only, like eggs. I'm just having eggs. You're actually doing more of a whole. You're having and then I was reducing the quantity because I wasn't going to have to eat breakfast and not eat again till dinner.
Right.
I was eating 3 hours, no more than 3 hours.
Yeah.
So because I was eating so often, I could eat so much less per meal because I'm going to eat again in 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
It's like you're constantly keeping the tank full.
Yes.
You're constantly keeping nutrition running through your body. So it doesn't say, hey, I don't have to go in starvation mode.
Right.
Because I think people think that, I even feel...
It has to be hard to work.
Well, yes. Or you're feeling like you're starving yourself, or you're depriving yourself, or you're like, oh, if I don't eat, then I'll lose weight. Or, it's so...
It's like, does your car run without gas?
Right. Right.
It might for a little while, but it's
Right.
going to bonk, you know.
Well, so I haven't been measuring it, but I've been doing, you know, because a lot of times I'll get busy in the morning and I'll have a cup of coffee and that fills me up.
It's the caffeine combination too. It makes you alert,
And
which
it has
gives
the
you energy.
cream.
Yeah.
It has the cream in it. And then I'm like, oh, so then I'll go. I'll go and I might pick at something. I might get a piece of cheese, or if I'm prepping for dinner earlier, then I'll pick at a few things but never sit down and actually have a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just never hungry. Like I've messed my whole metabolism up by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would eat a big meal at dinner because I'm like, oh, everybody's home. And, and then occasionally then I would do desserts. I could get into the habit of doing desserts, but then once you get out of it and not do it, I don't have that same craving.
Right. So what I was saying about this is the very first. So I'm telling everybody, hey, and then so the person had asked me, who was coaching me, do you have any saboteurs in your life? And I said instinctively, no. Like everybody wants me to reach my goals. There's no one around that would not want me to reach my goal, right? Because I didn't think of anyone as a saboteur, and no one thought of themselves as a saboteur, right? So then within 24 hours, and then they said, what does your week look like? I said, I have a party on Saturday. I have nothing for the rest of the week. Within 24 hours, I had a party the next day. Within 24 hours, I was at a party. And I said, how do I navigate? And they said, bring your own food. And then take a picture of what's there. I'll tell you what to put on your plate. And then put half the amount you normally would put on, which I did. Right? Took pictures of everything, all done. They had 5 desserts for 6 people at this party. They had 5 different desserts. And everybody kept saying, have a bite. You can have a bite.
Right.
Just like, what do you, like, just have a taste. And what I said was, can I hold my word to myself for 24 hours? Right. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Can I just keep my word?
Yeah.
And it was saying that made everyone pull back.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right, calm down.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you think I haven't thought, well, I can have a bite?
Well, it's like it's
do you think you're giving me some new information? Like I didn't know I could have a bite? Like
well, it's the same thing. People don't realize it. It's the same thing. Like whether it's like smoking, like, hey, I quit smoking today, and they're like, oh, just have one puff, one hit.
Just go once with me. Just have one.
Yeah, just come outside with me. It's because
keep me company.
Yes. I want you to come with me. I don't want you to change because now you're going to make me uncomfortable.
Or I'm going to be the only one smoking.
But you don't even but you don't think about how it's actually somebody is.
It's already so hard for
declared, somebody. I'm going to be brave and I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this for myself.
And I need your support.
Yes.
I don't need you because in my brain.
And I think people think they're trying to support you. They're trying to love you, but they are sabotaging you. Like, oh, come on. Like, you're perfect. Come on.
It's fine.
Yes.
You don't smoke a lot.
Yeah.
You don't smoke a lot.
Right.
Right. See, we don't need that.
I've got bite. That one little bite of
just have
6
a bite.
Desserts. Now I've had a whole dessert.
And the thing was, do you think I got this fat by having a bite?
Right.
Don't be ridiculous. I got this fat from eating all of the bites. Like, if you think I got here by only ever having one bite, you are sadly mistaken.
Right. Like, yeah.
Do you know how much? No one knows.
Can you just have one bite?
So no one knows, maybe other than you and like a few other people, how much I physically exercised and was as fat as I was.
Right. But your metabolism, you weren't fat, but
you know what I mean.
I understand. Like, well, when I said right, right after the kids were born, I had gotten, and they were toddlers, but I still had 20 pounds to lose. To get back to my pre-pregnancy weight, and I was determined to, like, I'm not buying clothes. I'm not buying clothes in a bigger size. Just not doing it. I literally would walk 8 miles a day with a friend of mine. We'd walk anywhere between 4 and 8 miles a day. In the afternoon, while the kids were down for a nap, I would do 45 minutes on my elliptical, and I have it on, like, setting 10. And I would, be starving myself all day, and I would not lose 1 pound.
Right.
I talked to this guy. He's a trainer, and he's like, well, cut back. Only walk 1 mile. don't do your elliptical, and start eating better. And literally in like 2 weeks, I was 5 pounds down, and I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Like I was killing myself.
Right. So
and starving myself, and nothing was moving.
Right. So this one woman, she was like, wow, you look great. I was like, oh, thank you. I did the opposite of what everyone was saying on Instagram. She goes, what's that? I'm like, no more intermittent fasting. No, and I went through this whole thing. She goes, I'm doing the intermittent fasting now. And I said, how much weight have you lost? She's like, I think 2 pounds. I'm like, how long have you been doing it? She's like, a month. I'm like, I lost 2 pounds in 4 days eating more food. So, and I was telling her how I did it. And then she goes, well, I'm just going to continue to give this a try. I go, okay. So the next time I see her, we'll see.
You're telling
because I have lost more weight. But one of the things one of my friends did tell me was, congratulations, great job. But your job as a woman in her 50s is to not be too skinny, because at our age, skinny is frail. At some point, you're going to have to start adding your weights in, because you need to be strong. So when
we need to start rollerblading with some wrist weights.
And I have the weighted vest.
Oh, Chris has got one too, but
and
I think you can take the weights out.
I mean, we could both take like an 8-pound weight and switch it between arms and do whatever, but we also have to like do the weights.
Yeah.
And so when she said that, I said, that's really good. And then the other thing I thought was, let me pause where I am, because let my skin catch up to where, because my skin isn't pumping back as much as it was. But to get back to the Sabotage thing, if you are giving alcohol break for a reason, and the people that are telling you they're supporting you but telling you to go off of your dreams, they don't mean to sabotage you.
Yes.
And there's some people who will say, for example, you look great, don't worry about it, have a piece of cake.
Yeah. And
I'm not the person who's a size 0 saying I can't gain weight or have a piece of cake. I was a person whose doctor said the last piece of this puzzle is getting the extra weight off. Right, medically.
Yeah, for health.
And when you looked at my numbers, I was almost a diabetic. I was not a diabetic. I was still in the pre-diabetes, but at the rate of which my numbers were changing every set of labs, the next set of labs I was going to be diabetic.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was, and again, I decided to do it without pills. Some people like the shortcut. I would never judge anyone if they wanted to do the shortcut. What is disconcerting for people is when they stop, then they can't keep the weight off. So I wanted to change
loss, and there's a lot of different things that people have struggled with.
Yep.
And not to say that it's not bad. It's just, everybody makes their own different choice. But if you research, it's been out long enough now that people that have gone off of it or met their goal and not on it anymore are gaining that weight back.
Right.
Rapidly.
Right. Yeah. So I think part of...
It's the same thing, too, when they get their, they do the gastric bypass.
Yes.
And, eventually, I listened to a few of the ladies that have done it, and are literally eating, some of them you can't eat bread. Some of them have a struggle with the bread because it doesn't break down, and it doesn't break down fast enough. But the portion sizes, our stomach always expands. So when they have shrunk it. But so now it also has to go back to, it will go back to its original, its size after you've taken it out, because it's going to stretch and expand. Yeah. So,
but it also shrinks
in your mouth, right?
So by eating, the panic the first week of eating such a smaller amount of food, because I eat like a truck driver, the size of John's plate and the size of my plate, and he is 246.1, and I am not. It's the same size.
We can go pound for pound. I mean, Chris is like, you eat all that? And I'm like, you damn right.
So when I was tamping down the portion sizes, there was the part of my brain to be like, you're going to be hungry.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, but you're going to eat in 2.5 hours, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But by the end of the first week, I wasn't hungry. I was stopping eating, and I was still technically hungry. And I was like, well, let it settle. You can have a little bit more if you're still hungry. But then an hour would go by, and I'm like, I'm going to eat in another hour and a half anyways. I'm fine. Yeah. But now, my girlfriend who, I eat with Marilyn all the time, I ate with her last night for dinner, and she's like, do you want more food? You just don't look like you've eaten enough food. I'm like, I'm actually full now.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately full. Yeah. because you can shrink your stomach too.
Yes. And I think even
I can't wait to go for my blood work next.
even tips and tricks. Oh, I'm excited to hear what your blood work is. But I was just say to Chris, like he'll get himself so hungry. He hasn't eaten all day, and then gets this huge pile, and I'm like, just eat slow. Just eat slow. And he's learned to eat slower. And then just say, like, even if you wait 20 minutes, like even if you just wait a few minutes after you have eaten and you still feel hungry, you'll find like 20 minutes and you're like, oh yeah, actually I'm not.
Yeah. But the other thing about getting a kitchen scale and weighing things, like I thought I was having the right amount of meat. I was having 3 times the amount of meat. So I was also having 3 times the amount of protein.
There you go. See?
So that's good. But it's amazing how out of portion control I was. And it was funny because going through the cookbook for the final stuff as it goes in, I'm saying feeds 4. No, it feeds 8. It feeds 16 because that's not
Right.
That much chicken is not 1 serving. That much chicken is
Right.
4 servings. So I took I just deleted all the serving sizes out. I'm like, I'm not making that. That's not my responsibility.
Gosh, yes. We would go and get.
That's not my responsibility.
Even us, like Chris would go and get these huge ribeyes, and there's always left over. So I'm like, I'm gonna do fajitas with it. I'm gonna do something with it because I'm like, that's, you spend $60 on 2 steaks and you don't eat half of it. So we've cut it down, like even the portion size, and I'm like, well, I'm not eating anything all day, so I'm gonna have that and shrimp.
Right.
And I'm like thinking about. So when I first moved up here, my husband's family used to do taco night, and the guys would literally eat 10 tacos a piece. They would do 10 tacos a piece. I could eat 6 of them. Now I can eat 3 if I'm really hungry, but I'm actually choking my 3rd one down, and I'm like, I should not have eaten this.
Right.
But now I don't want to, I don't want to waste it.
You don't want to waste it. Yeah.
So I'm going to start with 2. I'll start with 2 because they taste good. And I'm like, man, looking back at like how much I used to eat as far as
we were metabolizing food differently in your 20s.
Yeah.
Teenagers and young children, they're hummingbirds. I would say before 25, I was just a hummingbird.
Yeah.
Flitting around from place to place, flying at 35 miles an hour.
I would say it really until after I had kids did I ever really was consciously thinking about food.
Yeah, because that was the first time you had to.
I didn't think about whether I was eating too much, or like I didn't think about diets. And anyway, if I wanted to change something, then I would just exercise more.
Yes, that's what I was for the long up until 40. I would just exercise more, and that's why I joke that now understanding that I wasn't fueling my body enough for a regular day, and then I was working out so hard, my poor body was like, we're not losing. We need every ounce of this.
Well, yeah, because your body says, I don't know when my next food's going to come, so I'm going to hold on to it.
And you're going to just jump around like a lunatic for the next 35 minutes. Just 90 minutes. Part of the thing about being a runner early on, and I actually wasn't an early runner. I adopted running at 30, so that's older. But you train yourself in running to do uncomfortable things for long periods of time. And one thing that yoga also teaches is you're going to sit in the discomfort. And then it trips a switch in your brain that you can be uncomfortable. The discomfort is not the end of the world. And there's even an element, especially in running, of settling into this discomfort. Right? There's no point in complaining about the discomfort for the next 90 minutes. You're going to settle into that. And, so there's a part of you that gets that doesn't understand, like, this is painful and you can stop doing this. You don't have to settle into this discomfort if you don't want to.
You have to push through that.
Right, but when is that useful? It's useful on a long run on a Sunday. When is it not useful? When your hand's on a stove.
I just don't think running is fun at all.
No, I know.
It's not.
I know you don't think so.
I would love riding a bike.
Yeah, we love riding a bike. We love roller skating. So I saw when I was getting my nails done, I go next door and I get my little iced coffee, and they now have these breakfast wraps. So I got that for my nails. And I see a girl that I always see at yoga. She started working there. And so she said, oh, did you just come from yoga? Because I was in the workout clothes. And I said, no, I was just roller skating. And she's like, what? She goes, do they even sell those anymore? I'm like, they do. So we started talking about that. And then she said, that just sounds like a lot of fun. Like, so sad. And I go, it is. Do you want to come? Do you want me to tell you? Like, I can take your telephone number and tell you. She goes, I don't know where I would do it. I don't know where I'd get them. I go, I got mine at Walmart.
Well, I just saw like the other day on 101. It's after the Lost Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a skate shop, like
Oh.
roller skating thing. I'll have to Google it because it's on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I still have lighted wheels I need to put on.
I know.
So I was telling somebody the other day, and my son and I have been riding. He'd asked me to go for a bike ride, and I forget how much I miss this because we used to ride bikes almost every night after dinner when the kids were little. Get them some exercise. They get them tired. They're ready for bed.
Fresh air.
It always sleeps good. And just to get out some of that energy and move and. So we were always doing something outside, and he's like, man, I miss this. And I'm like, I miss this too. And so the other day, we ended up doing like 17 and a half miles. And I've been saying, like, I'll go with you. I just want to avoid the hills. But we didn't avoid any hills. So we went we were Amherst, Hollis, and Merrimack.
Oh, wow.
And did this whole big loop. And I was coming back, and I'm like, oh, my legs are tired.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me for being in my 50s and just knocking out, being able to run with them, still being able to take pace. And I'm like, it's one of the things that I hope that they will remember.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds morbid, but long after I'm gone, like, hey, my mom, like, my memories of my parents in my 20s, I was gone. So I don't have a ton of memories of doing things together with my parents.
Right.
So I'm like, I hope that they will remember, like, man.
So that's why, like, when I think 2 years ago, I asked for skis for Christmas, and John's like, all right, why do you want to ski now? And I'm like, well, if it's not now, it's never.
Right.
Right. I'm starting to get to the age where I got to do it now or I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And also, I want to go with my nephews, and I want to be able to have activities because at some point, they love us now, but at some point they're going to be 12, 13, 14, 15. And if it's like, you want to go skiing for the weekend, I'll get my time with them.
Yes.
Like I want to continue doing things as they're doing things.
Yes.
So that I can do things with them.
Yes. But then I was thinking, so I was telling somebody, I said, I said, yeah, I just did 17 and a half miles on my bike. And then she said, weren't you rollerblading yesterday? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And she's like, how old are you?
Right. Right.
Like, she's like, do you work?
Right. How do you get all this working out in?
And Chris had texted, or when he called yesterday or the day before, when he wanted to talk. And I said, I'm rolling with Lisa. Just I'm rolling with Lisa.
Yeah. I'll call you back.
But I think it does keep you young. I don't think it's.
Well, it's working out that feels like play instead of feeling like a dreaded workout. And I know when you say about the running, I know to you, it's like, I just saw something about skipping.
Oh, I love to skip. I was skipping on the golf course the other day.
So I'm going to send you the little 20-minute video about skipping. But they were saying it's the equivalent of sprinting.
Yes.
Instead of running.
Yeah.
They were saying for your body, it's better for your body. But
we used to do this high skipping too, like throw your legs up as high as you can. And that's funny you said that because I was skipping the other day on the golf course.
We're going to take pictures of us skipping. We're going to have a skipping competition.
Yes.
How many different skips
I used to like to
do?
jump rope too.
I love jump rope. I still have a jump rope.
I used to do the double Dutch.
Mm-hmm. I actually jump rope the other day. So would you say instinctively do you have any saboteurs around?
Yes.
Okay. Now that you've identified, because you might not have even thought I have a saboteur, or they don't even know that they're sabotaging what I'm trying to get done.
Yes.
How are you planning to handle a moment that turns into sabotage accidentally?
I think if I prepare myself, like, so when it hits me, instead of reacting, you have your statement that you would say the first thing that came to my mind is no is a complete sentence. But I think I would more likely say, I would really like your support, because this is something that I want to try to do for me, to better me, and I would like your support. I think that's probably would be, if I can have a go-to phrase in my head,
right?
So you're preparing so that you're not caught off guard, and you don't, Angry Gina comes out, and
right. Gotta throw down
bites
some
your head
swears,
off,
right?
yes.
Right.
Like, you're not going to throw down right here.
Right.
Like, having a prepared statement.
And having
also
to not
helps-
get so emotionally invested in having to defend your position.
Correct.
So, like you said, no is a complete sentence. So the thing could just be no.
Yes. Because you think about how many times we over-explain when we say no.
Which gives people an opportunity to counter
Yes.
our attacks.
Yes. And I'm like, well, the next thing, are you testing me?
Yeah, is this a test?
Are you testing me?
To see if I'd be true to myself and my word?
Yes.
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 Yeah, because like when I had that little meltdown at that party, it was like, I didn't want to have a meltdown. I didn't want everyone to be like, okay, okay. But it was like, I got six of you saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Just have a bite. Do you think I don't know that there's a bite possibility? But can I just get through 24 hours?
Yes.
Can I just try? Because you know why? To the same thing to a person who's drinking. And it's like, I don't want to drink tomorrow. And then they get to the very end of the day and someone's like, oh, just have a shot with me.
Yeah.
And then they do it. You go home, no problem.
Yeah.
That person who has the shot, who gave up on themselves or was talked into doing something that they said they weren't going to do, blames themselves, which they should.
Yeah.
There's the element of only you control you, right? Only I control me. And then there's a disappointment. And if you disappoint yourself too often, you risk not trusting yourself to ever do the right thing in the future.
Yes.
So be careful about not disappointing other people in this whole process. If you're trying to do a Sober October, or you're trying to start a new exercise routine, or you're trying to get your light therapy because we're going into winter and you're like, I got to get 10 minutes of sunlight every morning. Whatever your routine is, realize that if you want to do something in the morning and someone's like, oh, but we always go get coffee somewhere, and you're like, oh, let me just do this week. We'll pick up for coffee next week. And they feel disappointed. Don't disappoint yourself.
Right.
It's okay to disappoint other people.
Because at the end of the day, you have to live with you. And the truth of the matter is...
And you care about your choices and your dreams and your goals. No one else really cares about your goals the way you do.
They just want a partner in crime. Or a lot of times, no, it's not even really that. I think the truth of the matter is, if you actually sit and think about it, like if you were to be honest with somebody and to say, why are you trying to force this on me? I think a lot of times the answer would be, because it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
It makes me feel uncomfortable because if you're losing weight, then I have to look at myself.
Yep.
If you're going to stop drinking, I have to look at myself.
If you're exercising, I have to look at my sitting on the couch. If you made some dream for yourself, you may become a different person.
Yes. So these habits, diet, it's all of these things. It's the same reason why when somebody says, oh, I'm going to write a book. Well, why would you write a book? Why would you do that? Why would you do this? Or, hey, I'm going to open my own business, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to open a restaurant. I've said that many times over, just kidding about, there's parts of me that I would love to have my own restaurant. I would make my own foods. Like I would love to do, but I want to be the point and clicker. I want it all to happen. I want it to look like this. I want all the staff right there, magic. And I want all of them to nail my recipes that I want to serve. Like, I think I would love it. But every time I've ever talked about doing something like that, people are like, oh, do you know how many restaurants fail within the first blah, blah, blah? And, why would you do that? It's such a money hole and blah, blah, blah. Like, they sabotage you because if you rise above and if you step outside of your comfort zone,
it's just proving I'm not.
It's uncomfortable. And I think that's where a lot of people pressure you into.
I think a lot of us are bored. I think we have filled and distracted ourselves so much with all this online stuff. And when you look at someone else's life and you see someone, the podcasts that are up, and Joe Rogan's doing his podcast, and this one's doing this, and this one's doing this, and this one's writing a book, and this one's, getting up at 4 a.m. and lifting weights over their heads. And you see all these people doing everything. It kind of makes you feel bad a little bit.
Inadequate.
And maybe you're like, I'm watching those people. I don't want to do that thing, but you don't even know the thing you do want to do.
Right.
So I hate getting up in the morning. Unless I'm going on vacation. You should see me on a vacation. You should see how bright-eyed and bushy-tailed I am on vacation. You know that look. I'm all like sparkly and haven't even had any caffeine. I'm all talkative, right?
Yeah.
It's not in my house. I'm not like that in my house. Right?
I used to hate getting up in the morning, but I love getting up in the morning.
On a vacation, right?
No,
now?
Well, I have my routine in the morning, and a lot of times bad thoughts are like when I first wake up. If I have bad thoughts or like just some scary thoughts, ugly, it's those
doubts.
Yeah. Fear. Like that's what gets me out of bed. But a lot of times I go to bed excited to wake up in the morning, to have my coffee, snuggle on the couch. I have my routine. And I'm like, I don't want to be messed with that routine. It's like helps me start my day.
Right. With a good intention. So my point about the bushy-eyed on vacation is, I get up that way on Thursdays, right? So the more you can infuse your life with things that you really want to do, the better your life looks.
Yes.
In the day-to-day, because you're excited to do something.
Yes.
But if you're not excited to do something, if you dread your job, if you dread this, if you dread that, and you dread going to school and you dread this, it's going to be difficult to look at the person who's not dreading every minute of their day.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know why, and it's going to make you uncomfortable because why are you so happy? I'm not happy. Why are you so happy? So I think most sabotage is completely unconscious.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I think most people don't know they are. I think because if you ask them, so you haven't been drinking for a couple of weeks, right? If Chris offered you a drink and you said, why would you possibly offer me a drink? You know this. Are you trying to sabotage me? And you use the word, that nasty little sabotage word. He would be like, no. I'm just saying.
Right.
And it's like, but do you understand that you trying to convince me to drink again when I told you I wasn't drinking is sabotaging something I told myself.
Right. You're not helping me keep my word to myself.
Right. How are you, like when people will say, I'm so supportive. I tell them there's a funny movie, Easy Money. Do you remember Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Okay, 6 minutes. So Rodney Dangerfield has a mother-in-law that hates him, and she's wicked rich. She owns like the equivalent of like Macy's right back in the day. And so the mother-in-law hates him. He's a filthy, disgusting mess, right? He can barely stand erect, right? That's what she says. And so she pretends to die, and the entire state will go to him and his wife and his kid if he stops drinking, stops smoking, no drugs, no philandering, and one other thing for 1 year. Yeah. And his friends are drinking and no gambling, because he's gambling, right? So they're currently with him doing all of the things he's not supposed to do, right? While he's trying to eat a green salad. And they're like, I help him. I say, discipline. Are you going to eat your olive? Like, this guy has this green salad, has 3 things. Are you going to eat your tomato? Like, they're eating burgers and drinking alcohol and currently smoking at the table. They're telling you, I'm supporting you. I tell you discipline. I tell you to eat your vegetables while I'm not doing any of those things. And not only, now, no one has to do the thing with you.
Right.
But they're making it as difficult as possible for you to do the thing.
To succeed.
And then they say, and then one of them says, look at you. You're not helping. You're not helping, Monty. Look at you. And he goes, our lives are glamorous. As they're in a strip joint, gambling with a beer and a cigarette in their hand.
That's been a long time.
It's such a great movie, but I think about that all the time. Of course, we would say we support our spouses, children, friends.
So, but how many times do you think that we are sabotagers?
I've got to ask myself the question now.
And we don't realize it.
Well, I think it's all unconscious. So now that I notice it outside, and I have to say they don't mean to sabotage me,
right?
But it's undermining my attempts at what to do, and now it's not their responsibility to keep me on my diet.
Right.
It's not their responsibility to never have a party because Lisa's not having dessert.
Just don't tempt me.
Or when I say, hey, I brought my own food, I'm going to do this, I'm going to have a little bit of this. And then, right after that one party, it was over because I threw a little tantrum. And then they see you losing, right? And then they see you losing weight and they're like, good job, keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So did they mean to be a saboteur that evening? No.
No, and I think that honestly,
we're partying.
They would
just because you can't eat dessert doesn't mean we're not eating dessert. Don't be ridiculous.
Right.
Because the minute I'm getting back to dessert, I'm eating dessert.
Well, a lot of times in the same thing too is like, oh, when you realize that you're not drinking and all your friends are drinking, it's like, oh my God, oh, she's going to be the sober one and it's not going to be as fun. And
no, it's a designated driver.
Right.
Think of it that way.
Yes. But a lot of times, and too, when you've been the only sober one in the group and you just see the world differently.
Well,
and I think that a lot of times when people are like, oh, just have the drink because they've been the sober one in the party and they're like, oh my God, these people are idiots.
Yeah. So what's funny with me is, because I've been the sober one for a while, is after a certain window, I just want to go home. I'm not having the fun you guys are having. Because one of the things about drinking is you don't want the party to end.
Right.
It's 2:30 and you're driving from place to place looking for another party and one more drink, like to keep the night going.
Right.
Where when you're sober,
and you're
it's
like,
time
enough
to go to bed
already. Come on, we're 50. We're not 16.
We're gonna go to bed. It's 2:30, people. It's 2:30. Right. So I definitely get that, but I'm going to have to ask myself where I'm sabotaging for other people.
We'll
It'll
have
be
to
interesting.
circle back next week and being like, I've done it a few times
because I'm a pusher. I'm a food pusher.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably 50% of it.
Chris the pusher. Yeah. What I would do is and I got it from my grandmother. She would always be like, hey, do you want some tea? Do you want some coffee? Do you want something to drink? Do you want a soda? Do you want she was always trying to feed you and you would say no.
Yeah, the hospitality
And
piece.
I've noticed that I've done that with the kids sometimes. Are you sure you don't want me to make you something? No, I'm not hungry. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I can make you grilled cheese.
Right. Right. Instead of being like they're 22, I think they know they're
right.
hungry.
Yes. I haven't done it in a while, but even like Chris, like, are you sure you don't want me to make you something? Because I know, like, I'm going to, we went to the golf course yesterday and he's like, I hadn't eaten anything all day. So I'm like taking 4 mandarin oranges and shoving them in my bag. And I've been started to carry like trail mix or the little good bars or like, what's the ones that we have? You got the minis that we have on the plane.
Oh, kind
bars. Yes. Those are the ones. So I will try to keep something
just so you can snack. You're not starving.
And not get to the point where you're like, I'm desperate, hungry,
yeah,
and now I'm going to eat a golf course hot dog because I hate golf course hot dogs.
Right. You just don't want to be hangry.
Yes.
You don't want the mood to go down because you're hungry.
Yes. Yes. But a lot of times, and I was like, are you sure you don't want me to make you some before you go? I'm like, no, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's an adult. He'll figure it out. And I think that's what we're so used to wanting to take care of people that we forget that people can take care of themselves.
Yes.
Because it makes us feel important.
Yes.
If I'm feeding you, then I'm important too. I'm feeding you because you're important and this is an offering, but also because it makes me feel important.
Yes.
So
we like to nurture.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. So I'm going to see where I am sabotaging my loved ones.
Me too.
And tell me if I'm sabotaging you at any moment. Thank you for listening to Lisa and Robin on the mic. You are listening on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can always watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live. We are always up on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, every place you find your podcasts. Please join us on Instagram, like and subscribe. Same thing with YouTube. We want to hear your feedback. Until next week, go have a fun week without us.
Have an amazing weekend.
Let us know how things go. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.